Hey everyone, what's going on? It's 2 Minutes to Review. It's Matt.
And it's Zach.
Longest album review in under 2 minutes wins. You clicked on the picture. The guys are back from the Rival Sons' brand new album is coming out. What do we think of it? Well, you got to stick around to find out.
We've been fans of Rival Sons for a while now, and they're usually pretty consistent with releasing some solid, great rock albums. I mean, Matt, you named their last album one of your favorites of 2019.
Yep.
And now they're coming back with actually 2 albums this year, but we're going to be taking a listen to the first one, Darkfighter. And it's just one of those bands that you kind of wonder, like, are they going to continue to hold up? I think it's nice to see that they continue to get appreciation for their sound.
I'm going to go into a little bit about it in my review, but I've always really dug their sound. And you know what? I really don't want to go into it anymore because I got some things I want to say.
Same here. And you know what? Let's just get right into it. But first, you want to support us? Go to our Linktree page where you'll find a link to all of our merch. We have Epic Footnote t-shirts, coffee mugs, hats. We really appreciate any support you give us because that not only lets us make more podcasts like this, but it's also just a fun way to let your friends know, hey, you like music podcasts and you like them hosted by Matt and Zach. Speaking of support and just a lot of love for our friend Ed at Lucky 13 Beard Co.
Log on to Lucky13, the number beardco.com. If you've ever wanted to try a beard balm or an oil before, these are the guys that you're going to want to get it from. And it also helps that we actually have our own beard oil through them called the Lemmy. Bourbon, tobacco, cola, and leather. It smells amazing. And I'm not just saying that because it's ours, but it does. It is probably the best smelling beard oil I've ever smelt. If you want to try, we're also giving you 10% off of your entire order. So if you want to order anything from them, not just our beard oil, but anything, make sure that you put in the code EFP10 at checkout. Lucky13, the number beardco.com.
So Matt, much of your surprise, I'm going to go first.
Oh, goody.
Yeah.
3, 2, are you sure you want to go first?
I think I do.
3, 2, 1. But do you really want to go first?
I think I do, though. I think I do. Yeah, I think I do. Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
If Rod Stewart never went solo and instead made it his life's mission to make the Faces rock even harder than Led Zeppelin, Aerosmith, and the Rolling Stones combined, I'd have to imagine it would sound an awful lot like Darkfighter. It's, even the stripped back songs like Bird in the Hand and Bright Light really capture this, and the heavier songs like Guillotine blend those influences with old school Aerosmith really, really well. And that's high praise because it's easy to forget how many great songs Rod Stewart produced with the Faces. And maybe that's what separates Rival Sons from the other modern bands that really try, dare I say, too hard to sound like their 70s rock idols. Here's the difference though. Rival Sons actually have the songs to back that up. And sure, Jay's vocals and Scott Holliday's guitar work really show how extraordinarily talented they are at their own respected instruments, but they're never over the top with it just for the sake of being over the top. And it's the notes that Holiday hits with his guitar notes and the melodies that Jay sings. I mean, they make the song stand out. Each note serves a purpose within these songs. In case in point, Nobody Wants to Die. Great rock song that on the surface sounds like a typical rock song, but it just has the hooks to really make it unique and different. My only complaint about this album is that sometimes it tries a little too hard to sound vintage, when a more modern production really would have benefited it. I'm specifically thinking of a song like Guillotine, wherein the 70-esque sound effects and transitions really weaken the punches that come with that song. But all in all, a very impressive outing from Rival Sons that may not reinvent the wheel, but makes for a hell of a listen.
And time?
3.5 stars out of 5.
Not even going to wait for me to ask.
No, I'm just going to get right into it, just like how they get right into the rock songs.
Okay.
And I'm not even going to go too much down the rabbit hole as to why, because I know that you're just so damn eager to share your thoughts on Rival Sons' new album, Darkfighter.
I'm ready whenever you are.
Are you, though?
I am.
3, 2, because if you need more time, I can give you...
Oh, well, in that case.
Yeah. Tick-tock, tick-tock.
All right,
3, 2, 1. Are you sure?
This bit is getting old.
I know. 3, 2, 1, go.
So I've always loved the Rival Sons from as early as back as I can remember as Pressure in Time. And the band has always really fit a special place in my musical library because to me, they bridge the gap between pushing new innovative sounds and honoring classic rock. Because that's what they really are. They are that modern classic rock band that I dare anybody who says that new music isn't as good as old music, I dare them to not love this album. To me, the Rival Sons on their more recently released albums sound like a grittier Bad Company that has really sprinkled in a lot of punk rock vibes along with soul. And I really think that a song like Nobody Wants to Die really kind of brings out that grittier punk rocky sound that they have alongside of songs that really lay more into the synth work with Mirrors. And then there's an awesome White Stripes spaghetti western feel on some of their other songs that are on this album. And the Rival Sons really just cease to amaze me with what they can do with staying true to their sound. They don't try to go way far out of the spectrum of who they are just to seem more 70s rockish like some other bands do that try to get to that 70s sound or try to get into that classic rock area just for the sake of wanting to live in that era. They really do keep it true to who the Rival Sons are and have always been.
All right. Out of 5 stars, what's your ranking?
4.5.
Hi. So I want to say before I let you go too much deep into why, the only reason I didn't give this album 4 stars is because of the production. In that,
really,
and when I mean production, I mean some of the sound effects. I pinpoint Guillotine and even Rapture to a certain point, where there'll be like some sounds that in the 70s were added because it sounded cool and futuristic. Now sounds outdated, and to me, it just like it took me out of the story that the band was trying to tell, and that it just was like, if they didn't include that, then a song like Heaven and Hell, when it transitions from like heavy rock to soft to heavy rock, would have been so much more impactful. Whereas those like little like vocal like synthesizer kind of things just was like, no, that to me just like, no. Whereas if they had went with a little bit more of a modern approach, it would have been much better. Otherwise, the songs are phenomenal, and I think as we both alluded to, for those who keep going, well, why do you guys keep crapping on Greta Van Fleet if you like Rival Sons? Because Rival Sons have the songs to back it up. Boom.
I will say,
period.
Rival Sons are authentic, while I feel Greta Van Fleet is trying to do Kiss's Excess in a Led Zeppelin world.
Yes.
There is no reason for them to be as 70s and dress like Robert Plant and the band if they had all of the musical chops to back it up that they weren't taking from Zeppelin.
I know both bands have toured with each other a lot. I'm going to make this analogy, and I'm done with talking about Greta Van Fleet in this episode. If Rival Sons and Greta Van Fleet's music were in a bar fight, Rival Sons' music would sweep the floor with Greta Van Fleet and then do it again an hour later just for fun because they had so much fun kicking their asses.
Sweep the leg. Sweep the leg.
There you go. They wouldn't even have to. They'd just come in punching, and then Greta Van Fleet's music would be lights out. That's how much more powerful and better Rival Sons music is. If you're going to talk about the 70s-esque influenced rock music that both bands produce.
It's like Chuck Norris versus Brian Boitano.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah.
Roundhouse.
But continue. But yeah, I mean, that's still high praise though, 4.5 stars.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal album, and the Rival Sons really never disappoint. And this is what I like about them is that, and to what you said before about like there's some things in there that just take you out of the song and make you like it doesn't feel right for you or makes it feel stale. I don't feel that way at all. I feel like they're trying different elements to mix into their music to expand the range of what they are instead of trying to just completely do everything that was done in the 70s. Like, I think that they have carved out a great sound. They've done great with it. And now it's like, well, what can we add to this to make it a little different? What can we change around in this song? And like, I like in Mirrors that they do add like a Zeppelin-esque synth in there, and it doesn't come across as hokey. It doesn't come across as we're trying to be Zeppelin, because they're not. It just feels authentic to them as musicians.
You know, every time I'm about to say, oh, Jay Buchanan's vocals are the star of this album, because he is such a phenomenal singer.
He's a great singer.
So amazing. And I apologize if I mispronounce his last name, but Jay's vocals. Every time I think like, oh my God, he really is the star of this band, in comes Scott Holiday with a guitar solo that is so thoughtful and so like just
tasty.
Yeah, that's really the right word to say, because there's some bands who just like solo for the sake of soloing, and it's just like they're trying to act like a virtuoso. But his solos are just like every note serves a purpose, and they actually elevate this, which is what a guitar solo should do. Elevate a song. Bird in the Hand. Everything about that song should be make that band the biggest band in the world right now. Like, it's such a great song, and then in comes his solo to just elevate it and just make it even more impactful. Like, it's, I mean, and the whole band is just so talented, and like they sound so tight. And for a sound that should sound stale, they find a way to reinvigorate it and make it their own and make it a fun listen. It's just a fun ass listen.
They've always been a fun band. I mean, I honestly believe that they've gotten better over time. Maybe a slight half step back with Hollow Bones, but that was still even a great album. I mean, the way that they closed out the Feral Roots album with Shooting Star really just blew my mind, and I wanted to see where they were going to go next. And they come in here and just find another interesting way to take their sound and make it better.
If you really want to know how awesome Jay is as a vocalist, look up Jay and Scott's acoustic session that they did for Pace Magazine, where they covered Olivia Newton-John's Hopelessly Devoted to You. It is one of the greatest covers, and it will make you cry knowing that Olivia Newton-John is no longer with us. And literally, he pulls off the vocals. It's a great cover. You need to listen to it. He nails it.
You're hopelessly devoted.
They make it into the most beautiful acoustic rock ballad ever. Great cover. If anything, that should make everyone go, all right, I should check this out. And this album will make you a full-on fan. With that said, Matt.
Zach.
What really matters is whether either of us could give the longest review in under 2 minutes. Matt, did I succeed?
You came in just over 2 minutes, 5 seconds.
2 minutes and 5 seconds? Well then, Matt, congratulations. That means you won with a time of 1 minute and 38 seconds.
Boom sauce.
Congratulations. Who cares?
I care.
Do you care, fellow listeners? Do you agree with Matt and I's review of Darkfighter? Or do you think we have no idea what the hell we're talking about and that we need to listen to Greta Van Fleet more? Let us know on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Haha, we're on TikTok now. At Epic Footnote. And also subscribe to our YouTube channel to hear more episodes and reviews like this. And thank you so much once again to Lucky 13 Beard Co.
Log on to lucky13beardco.com. Try out our beard balm that we've got with them in oil. It is called the Lemmy. It is a tribute to Lemmy from Motorhead. Bourbon, tobacco, cola, leather. It smells fantastic. If you've never tried a beard balm or oil before, these are the guys you want to try it from. And we are going to give you 10% off your entire order. Use the code EFP10 at checkout. Lucky13beardco.com.
And if you want to support us a little bit more, if you go to our Linktree page, you'll find a link where you can buy merch. That's right, Epic Footnote hats, t-shirts, coffee mugs, water coolers. You tell us what else you want our logo on. Well, water mugs, I should say, not coolers. Tumblers, right?
There you go.
Yeah, that's the word.
Like water cooler.
That's a
new one.
Well, would you like an Epic Footnote water cooler? Let us know and we'll make it happen. But we appreciate not only you supporting us by buying us shirts so we can make more podcasts like this, but also helping us spread the word by just using your whatever t-shirt you're wearing to help spread the word of how cool Epic Footnote is. Thank you so much for listening, and we hope you join us for another episode real soon.
See ya.